Chapter 3. The Journey Begins. I wanted to remember something. It was in the back of my brain. Then it disappeared once more into forgetfulness. When the great white chimp came down from the tree, he landed on the earth with grace. He walked toward us almost as well as any human could. As he reached us, he did a hand gesture. We knew how to reply back with one. He stood even closer now. He was just a little smaller than us. We received a hug, both at the same time at once, with his long arms. We stood there for a while, then he slowly backed up. I sensed his power. I said, "Colac, master of this land, remember our names, and we are at peace with our hearts." He backed up a little more and said, "The princesses have come home to their people. Come, we shall go with him and talk." He signaled for 2 gorillas, black as tar with expressionless faces, to come down from the wet trees. They grabbed us and swung us onto their backs easily. They carried us up into the tree and went right to the middle where the trunk was hollow. They took us from their backs and placed us onto a large limb. Colac was near the door to the trunk. He opened the door with another part of grandmother's medallion and went through to a large room where he said, "Follow me, my children." We followed into a room leading to a hall. As the door closed behind us, it grew darker. As we walked, the hallway itself grew even smaller. We walked till we had to duck down to continue. We reached another door which Colac, again using the medallion, opened. He went into the pitch-dark room. Once again we followed. He said, "Please sit." We did as we were told. The door shut with a large bang as it locked. Colac clapped his hands twice together, and a small bubble of green light appeared. It hovered above our heads and grew larger. Colac said, "You both must be hungry. Please eat." As he said that, he pounded the ground in front of him with the flat of his palm. A plant grew in the middle in front of us. Fruits started to form quickly from the buds that appeared. Soon they were as big as oranges, but they were red. Colac picked the fruit, pulled it apart from the middle, and started to eat its delicate center. The juice from the fruit ran down his chin, turning his white hair pink. We picked some fruit and opened it the same way and started to eat it. The fruits had the taste of nuts, with a hint of honey. Colac wiped his chin with his arm and said, "Now we shall talk." We were finishing the last bite of our last fruit when Colac said, "My children, I'm sure you are wondering where you are." Lily spoke up and said, "Well, we remember a little, but what we really want to know is, why do you call us princesses?" Colac spoke before Lily could finish. "My child, I am everyone's father who lives in this land, and yes, you both are princesses of this land. I gave you your names at the time you were birthed. You will one day soon know what they mean. Your grandmother, Licinia, is well, I hope." We nodded our heads yes. Then he continued, "So you are here to learn of your heritage, my children." Lily started to ask, "How do we know to speak a language we don't even understand?" Colac stopped her again. "My child, it all began when you were born. Your good grandmother came to me here with you 2 in her arms, and told me to give you names of my choosing. Since I'm getting up in age, I needed an heir, so I decided to make you both just that. To make this a proper inauguration, I gave your grandmother the pendants you wear now around your necks, so you would always be able to come back one day when it was safe. That's why you know other languages, because the pendants help you communicate with your subjects. But for your own safety, I sent you to the human world to protect you from harm." He stopped and stared at us. "You have the 7 pendants in your possession that you share." Lily and I looked at one another, then said, "Colac, we only have 6 pendants, 3 each." Colac stood up. "What?" "Only 6. There were 7. You must go find Merd, and the Gnome King. Tell him the princesses are here, and they seek to find the old ancient one." Then the light above us diminished. Faster than we could blink, it was gone. We got up and walked to another door that showed light from underneath a crack. Colac took his medallion and opened this door as well, and went outside into the daylight. We followed him out and were standing in the center of an arena, surrounded by every kind of primate there ever was. Speaking loudly, "Who will help the princesses on a quest to regain the 7th pendant?" None answered. Then a gorilla swung from a pillar where he had been watching. He landed with a thud, saying, "I shall help my princesses, for they saved me from Lady Lanu." Colac said, "Good, but there must be one more to start this journey. Is there no one else? I shall carry them both if I must." said the gorilla, pounding once on his chest, and then positioned himself on his knuckles. Still there was silence. All of a sudden, from out of the sky, came a silver gorilla with white wings. He slid to a stop. Dust flew up from where he landed. I shall be part of this journey. The crowd of monkeys and apes started to whoop and cheer. Without hesitation we climbed on their backs. With no more to say and a look of approval from Colac, we were off on our journey.